Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. This can be episode 29 in our playthrough as Egypt series. If you remember last episode, in episode 28, we declared war on the Seleukid Empire, and you see we were just dealing with the army that's right now disloyal, as well as that army that was making terrible decisions on independent operations. So we're going to zoom from right here. So these disloyal guys are still laying siege to this fort, which is good for us. It is taking quite a while, but hopefully it'll finish up soon, and looks like some of our allies have brought their entire full force of 975 men to take out the army of 1,000, their rivals. Anyway, looks like independent operations, you're going to charge them. That's actually not too bad of a plan, despite all the big Seleukid Empire armies, and so we're going to withdraw you. We're going to tell you to go meet up there. We're going to have you go there, and we are going to have demoralized new guys. Is that a coincidence? I put them there already. Okay then. Well, the Seleukid Empire, they've mustered their force. That's their main force of 31,000 men, which is quite a bit. Not compared to their entire army, but hopefully these guys can try and sneak through before they catch them. Looks like they're barely going to be able to. Actually, so we might. Although, 12,000, 7,000, 10,000, they would be able to probably take them on. Their commanders, ours are, looks like they're deciding to be a bit worse. But so yeah, we'll still have them go there. We should be able to kind of corner them if they, where are you going? I don't, they're in operations. Well then, you are going to reinforce us. Looks like they are going to attack us. This army hopefully should get there relatively soon, as well as these guys. And so we're going to stand our ground. We could combine all of these, which would be a decent idea. Looks like technically it is very likely that our side will win. And did they invent teleporting? There's no way you got here literally that quickly. They just skipped like a month in game, because like these guys were here and now they're here, and you guys were here and now you're fighting. Okay then. Well, there goes the Seleukid. More barbarians. Swear if that's the same army. 2,000 troops. If I could unpause or pause, pay them off, that would be. You know, no, I'm not giving you the same amount as the army of 7,000. Even though that's not too much difference. We are paying a lot of money for this war. Looks like our reinforcements are finally arriving, just in time. Although we are kind of starting to pull back against the Seleukid Empire. We are technically winning, considering that we do control the war goal. Looks like that is giving us a +6 in terms of war score, and we don't occupy nearly as many as they do. But looks like ours are being more valuable, mostly because those are probably forts. Anyway, this army of 61,000 is going to be split. We're actually going to combine and then split in half. And 4th Stratos is an army that just decreased the amount of armies we have by quite a bit. And looks like, well, there's no longer any disloyal armies. Will have half of you head down here. They are demoralized, and these are the better half, and we'll head up here. So you guys are going to sit right here, and or alternatively, you could sit right here and regenerate your morale. Ideally, don't fight them. If you do fight them, then you'll probably lose. I have to say, it looks like our side might win, says the game, and they're going to try and escape. So we're not quite ready to fight them, but we can still fight these guys. If we don't manage to catch them, we should be able to cut them off. We'll order these guys to pursue them. They're going to head this way, so we'll, as well head this way. And so we'll try and cut them off. Looks like they, pretty big mistake right there. Stopped to smell the roses, aka stopped to take this bit of land, which they're probably not even going to be able to do. Looks like, yep, they got caught, and Seleukid Empire is going to try and run away. Congratulations, Seleukid Empire. You guys, you're going to turn back this way. Looks like we are going to be able to catch them. I could switch back to the normal map mode. They look like they're very confused, and they have been defeated. And who are these guys? Yeah, somewhere. Doesn't really probably not affect us too much. The game has decided that it might, but I don't really care too much. And it looks like we have lost more troops than them, although we do have more manpower, so it's not too bad of a thing. And so we are fighting a more powerful army of Seleukid Empire. We do have another tradition available. We can go with some more discipline at sea, and mercenary army maintenance. That is actually not too bad of a, well, I mean, thing. And fort defense, military colonies. So I'm just trying to decide which path to go on. They seem mostly evolving navy, and these guys are a tactic, which I guess we could go with that. We'll go with that to get that mercenary army maintenance, which is actually pretty good, considering that we might just use mercenaries, although it does decrease how much we get military experience. You can see mercenary reliance is negative 3.63, and I think these guys have been sitting here for quite a while, actually. As always, Alexander the Great, and you can go on independent operations. This navy, you're going to sit there, and looks like we won a siege. Finally over. That is a lot of armies. Commanders like bribes, don't they? I see. Or we don't need their support, in which every single commander loses some loyalty, or every single commander gains some loyalty. And really nothing much changes other than we lose a bunch of money, or we lose some stability, and we're already going down in terms of stability. So we might as well... Wait a sec. No, we want this one. Yeah, we want this one. All of our generals being a bit more loyal would be nice, considering that that's a lot of the disloyal people were them. Like I said, we do have head of the Margaret family disloyal. Heads of families are pretty much always disloyal at some point in time. And so it looks like we were able to win. That was that one battle. And it looks like it's very likely our side will lose. I see. What about some reinforcements? Probably won't get there in time unless you guys can retreat. Probably won't be able to. And so, okay there. And so, in terms of these guys, we'll want them to obviously go do some stuff, not sit at a fort and do nothing. And looks like our 10 Stratus has been depleted a lot. 27 men need to be regenerated. I guarantee 7,000 aren't joining a month, but we're gonna have these mercenaries, which typically are not the most, well, I mean, like, will help you a lot because they are fighting solely for money because they are mercenaries, and that is definition mercenaries. Anyway, suing for peace we could potentially get. Since we are still winning despite the lot of occupation, I don't know. You occupy some stuff. It's probably mostly up here, and, well, I mean, down here as well. Somewhere we could not get white peace. That is very much mostly months at war, and we could actually technically take this land. That is some valuable land. So ideally, we take this land right here. That is kind of the point of this war. That is the war goal, and so ideally we take that. We'll see if that'll work. We have reinforcements incoming, and you can see Seleukid Empire is trying to criticize their army, and they are pretty much out of manpower though, compared to our 100,000. And actually looks like someone does not like us. Looks like some people gain some loyalty, so we'll go with that one. And who are you? Would you enjoy reinforcing this here army? Of course you would, because I told you to. And hopefully we get there. You said it's very likely we will lose. To me, it does not quite seem like we are losing. With those reinforcements, we're definitely winning. Okay, I'm assuming these guys are just slow. And we killed a ton of their troops. That's really bad for the Seleukid Empire. Those, not all of them are probably Seleukid. They do need 14,000 men. Most of them are probably, yeah, from Bactra. And so I'll put all of these troops on independent operations. We might want to split them up because they are pretty big armies. Although Seleukid Empire is feeding some large armies, and so we might want to have them there to take them out if that would be necessary. And yeah, is there any hard sieges that I can order them to do? Does not seem like it, actually. Would you enjoy laying siege to that land right there? 4th Stratos. That is on low morale. Might as well actually, we'll just have them go take out this land. We won't bully them too much. Looks like Seleukid Emperor is taking some of our land. These guys I don't think are on in operations. Looks like those are the mercenaries. Very likely our side will win. Well, let's see. Okay, so that's gets back to normal speed. Looks like we are going to win. And so looks like we either lose some more stability, or, well, not more, but just stability, or we can gain some, and someone gains some loyalty. I mean, I would say that this seems like there's literally no negatives in this one right here. So I guess we'll go with that one. It's pretty good, well, decision. And so these guys will now be on independent operations, and looks like the tide has turned. With all those reinforcements, we are now able to take them out. Make sure all of these guys are on independent operations, as well as that army. Oops. Not defend borders, although that actually could be useful. Independent operations in this case would probably be better. So we looks like we have broken the Seleukid Empire. By broken, I mean that their armies are all in retreat, and there's the Seleukid Empire. Hello. You seem like you're having a bad day. Seleukid Empire mercenaries? I think I saw mercenaries in that name. I'm not actually sure though. That'd be either good or bad if they're mercenaries. It really depends. Looks like this army's going to do some work over here, and you are going to head down here and actually do stuff. Good for you. And so we did just retake all of that land, and now we can sweep into the Seleukid Empire. We still do need that fort right there, which is annoying, and there's a Seleukid Empire army. They are not mercenaries. And there's no really way for our troops up here to get down here without going long routes around here. So that's not the best. Looks like there are a lot of Seleukid troops up here. Having a nice, great, fun old time. 44,000 chased by. Okay. That might be a bit extreme considering they are on half morale. I would greatly prefer if you would take a nice trip down here to lay siege to that. That would be greatly appreciated. Doubt the war will last long enough right now. And looks like we did lose down here, which is not the best. These guys are going to head up there, which is also not so good, because that means that we'll have to send them around here if we want reinforcements down here. And you guys are going to go lay siege to that. Or you could lay siege to the Seleukid capital, which is not a fort, because the Seleukid Empire is probably seemingly not the most intelligent empire. They only have an aqueduct in their capital. Laying siege to their capital is probably going to get our war score up, but I don't know if that's technically in the game. Well, I mean, it looks like going to +2, at least relation perhaps, and we managed to win, even though we were outnumbered. I think they were low in morale. And there goes. Now it's saying it's Bactra. Looks like it's somewhere around half and half. And independent operations. And the Seleukid empires now are completely out of manpower. So this is where we might actually just keep wanting to pressing this war. Looks like Bactra, they have no manpower, as well as I doubt anyone in Bactra is going to be very happy about marching across once again this hot, dry desert to reinforce their troops, only to be destroyed by us. That does not sound like the dream job that they probably want. Looks like 35 in war score, which is good for us. Looks like we gain some more light infantry, which is fine. And Armenian Civil War ends. That's not too much of interest for me. And that would be +25. We're just going to look at what we could potentially get. This is pretty expensive land right here. Oh, there's the Seleukid capital. That would explain quite a bit. So we are going to pause it right here. This will be it for episode 29, and we're going to resume with this war with the Seleukid Empire in episode 30. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.